Hello. I'm just going to assume that everybody can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Looks like it might just be John and I tonight. I did a couple different things today. Let me move over. It just seems like I'm center stage, but let me move that, slide that over just a little bit. Assuming I'm coming in loud and clear. I'm gonna go close the door real quick. And yes, tonight I am wearing pants. Not saying that I'm normally not wearing pants, but I just like to throw it in there. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining. As I was telling John, I am going to do a little bit different tonight. I'm going to do a haul because I did stop by a few thrift stores. Nothing majorly spectacular. I did have one item that I think I'm going to do really well on if it tests out good. And yeah, the rest of the stuff I just got some odds and ends. But anyway, should we do haul or solds? Let me go and do haul first. I mean, let me do solds first. There's not that large amount of things, maybe 15, 20, and then we'll go into the few items that I did pick up the last day or two. But let me go ahead and switch that over. I would consider this a bolo. The first thing we have here is CPAP mask. Let me move that over. If you ever find these when you're outsourcing, I do recommend picking these up. If any of you are familiar with CPAP equipment, as I am, because first of all, my weight, which has gone down and back up again, but with that comes sleep apnea, and you go get your sleep study, and they tell you have to forever keep these masks on to either drop your weight or they cure the sleep apnea. Anyway, these things are really expensive if you buy them brand new or allow your insurance company to pay for it, which you end up paying for on top of that. But these here, I picked up three of them, and they sold within a couple weeks, all three of them, different sizes, a couple different brands, but these were sealed new. I think I gave, if I remember correctly, $2.99 a piece at a local small thrift store. But you can also find these at estate sales and garage sales. I've come across them as well. But I almost dropped my thing. I had my mic set back, so I hope you guys could hear me okay. But this was a size large, $24.99 plus shipping, and these are easy. They just fit in a padded envelope, ship first class. Hello, Mr. Lonnie Garage Flips. How you doing? But that's the first two sales that I have listed here, and again, $2.99. This one was a little bit different. The comps on this weren't as high, so I only got $9.99 for this one. But the other ones, I ended up getting the full asking price. This is one of my via trading items. I've actually been selling. Of course, I haven't listed as many items in on Posh as I'd like. You know, with the move, with trying to wrap up, get the ice cream truck up and going. I have kind of put my listing to the side, but long story short, I've got about the same amount of items listed on eBay as I do Poshmark, and I've sold more items through eBay. And I'm not saying don't list on Poshmark. I'm just saying use it as another selling platform. But I still stand by, you're not going to get near the audience that you are on eBay on these items. And these items, you know, when I bought them, they're brand new with tags. Average price was right around $4 an item, and I'm getting anywhere from 15 to 18 plus shipping. And you know, as many of you know, clothes, it's not one of my favorite things to do, but they are easy to store, easy to ship, and that's all I can say a positive about selling clothes. I will do it. It's just not one of my favorite things because you don't get that. You know, for me, I love doing all the vintage stuff because when you find something, especially if you don't know about it, you pick it up and it drives you to do research and you learn things that you may not have known before. You learn history of items. You know, you throw a piece of clothing out there and that's what it is. It's a shirt, it's a blouse, it's a dress, it's a pair of jeans, it's a pair of shorts. How much history can you get into that? You know, outside of the rare, the vintage Levi's that you can make a ton of money. Yes, Lonnie, they are a lot harder to list. Um, I would say another upside to it is you don't have to test the clothing. Thank God, because I don't think I would look good in that red. But yeah, I think there is a trade off. It's just whatever you're into, I guess. Where I would rather, which I'm sure you would too, from watching your videos, that you would rather test a piece of electronic equipment than to have to write down all the measurements and make sure you're capturing all the flaws and um, still with all that information you put in your listing you have a higher chance of returns where you plug in a VCR DVD player, you put a tape in, it plays, you put a DVD in, it plays, you hit record, it records, it's working, it's tested and working. If it's not, you sell as parts or as is. But that's kind of where my take is on clothes. I still do it, but it's not really my favorite things to do. I try to list a lot of different things, many of you know, just to gain experience um, through this whole eBay adventure that I'm going on. Next thing I picked up, I'm trying to remember how much I paid for. This is a Kiraku. Let me go back up here. Grampus 5-piece fly rod, 8-foot cast rod with case. This image, I'm going to try to scoot that over just a little bit so you can see. This image, it probably doesn't do it justice. Yeah, that is true. Most clothing I find is a long tail item. I actually paid, I'm trying to think, I should already have this up, but I do not. I try to remember to pull up all my invoices so that I know exactly, because I'll be honest, I don't keep spreadsheets. I am an eBay hobbyist, as I like to say. I completely stepped away from the term part-time reseller because I find that I put a lot more than part-time in my reselling stuff. Granted, it does play back burner to my 9 to 5, you know, but I do still devote a lot of time, and it really because I love doing it. I love buying, and I love hearing the ka-ching. I love not being a hoarder, at least attempting to not be a hoarder. Uh, but I did find through this move, I have a huge death pile that I need to, and most of that's home source items. The stuff that I actually purchased, I try to list relatively quickly. But I'm going to try to multitask and look up my invoice on this so I can actually tell you how much I paid for this. I really can't remember. Do you know what I started doing, Rod? I pulled up my Solds on the phone app and it'll show the actual sale price. Real easy to cross-reference. I was looking for the purchase price, but I believe if you look at the sold, not the actual image here. I jumped ahead. Not the actual. Let me find one that I may have. For some reason, I thought when you went into your orders paid and shipped, I believe that lists the actual shipping on the item, not just to your location. I will verify it on one of these next sales that I have because I know that shipping here would have been, unless, yeah. I'll double check that. Maybe you're right. I'm gonna pull it up on my app right now, and just so that I can, because it should be the same. If you're looking at actual selling sold, anyway, I will keep an eye on that. Plus 25 shipping. You know you are. Oh wait, no, that's a different. I'm trying to find. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I was just looking at a particular item, and that's very curious to me that it would do that because I show. Well, I'll move forward to the next item. I didn't quite go over the. Oh, this particular fly rod, I sold for. I'm gonna double check here so that I am not lying. I ain't lying to you on purpose. I took an offer of $105, free shipping. This is was fairly light to ship, and I really just wrapped it in bubble wrap. I closed it all up, and I don't know if I have a picture here that shows it all bundled up. This is really cool because it even had some of the old, most of the paperwork that was in it, and this was actually made in Japan. It was a 6-in-1 freshwater combination, and it explains all the breakout in the paperwork. Can you hit that? Make a little. Oh, turn up the mic a little. Thank you for letting me know that. Let me. Is that better? I just pulled it up closer to me, and I will turn up the volume. Testing 1, 2. Let me know if that's any better. Oh yeah, Lonnie, don't worry about knocking me off track. I am off. Rod's rod. 6-in-1. Did I get that right? Yeah, 6-in-1. And like I said, I'm always off track a little bit, so don't worry about it. That's why, hello, Cindy, welcome. I was just in the middle of, I wanted to verify what I purchased this fly rod for how much I paid for it. Because I know I made a pretty good profit off of it, but I hate to lie about what I actually purchased it for. Let me log in over here, and I'm telling you all my secrets, past bids. This is one of the items I picked up at my online auction that I attend, or that I use for sourcing. A good portion of my sourcing does come from these online auctions that I do, and it's a local auction house. And Control F, fly. Nope. I'll probably never find it because I don't know if I can hit a search. I know it took me a little while to sell. I would say probably 3 or 4 months. And I'll never find it. I don't think I have a search by item on here. So I apologize for this. I buy a lot of stuff at the auctions. So did you all anyway, I will find that out hopefully by the time. This was another crazy one. I pulled this out. This was in a lot I picked up a long time ago, one of those miscellaneous boxes. And I think I paid $2 or $3 for the lot. I want to say I probably gave about $27. I don't know why that number sticks out to me, but for some reason that is what I'm thinking. But because I knew if I held on to it that it would eventually pay itself off. I just I need to start becoming a little bit more prepared if I don't remember. But anyway, I paid about $2 for a box of these were in it. There was a couple other odds and ends that were in it, and these are basically little transforming hotcakes and sausage fries, and you can see there's even damage, some paint scuffs off the fries there, and there's the quarter pounder with cheese or to all beef patty special sauce. I don't see the special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, but I do see the burger and the cheese. But yeah, I mean, there's still some of these McDonald Happy Meal toys. They still make a little bit of money. I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to brag about the, you know, but $14.99 out of pretty much nothing was a pretty decent sale. I thought, I guess more surprising. Am I going to rush out and buy a lot of Happy Meal toys? No, those are going to be hit and miss, but they were already, I tasted them. They were a little hard to swallow. Probably taste as good as the real thing. The money I could probably buy a Big Mac meal and a pie for that price. So look, that bought me lunch. That one sale bought me lunch. Dang it. I could probably afford to skip a few lunches. Next thing we have here, Art Explosion 800,000. This is just crazy. Remember whenever you used to buy CDs with pictures on it, so you could build your web pages? All you amateur web page builders out there. Well, now you can get them online. But I think one of the things about this, and I'm not going to swear that I know this for sure, but I believe that you don't have the copyright infringement on a lot of these discs. But I'm not going to swear to that, but I think that's why people are looking for them. Who knows? This person could be putting them on a web page and selling them or selling rights to them. But yeah, this one, I actually took an offer on this one, and let me get I didn't quite make I don't think I made the 49. I took an offer of $30 plus shipping, so $35.72, and that went out media mail. To be honest with you, I mean, there was comps out there for $50, but when I got that $30, and I think I had maybe $2 into it. I went on half day sale, and most of their software is in the $4 to $5 normal, so it would have been about $250, and turn around and sold it for $30 plus shipping. Now, something to note: not all of these clip art discs are the same, and but just make sure, as if you have questions, always pull up your comps if you have your phone sitting there. But I would say definitely look for the Art Explosion. There's different versions of this. There's like a 500,000, 600,000, I believe. But it's definitely something worth taking a look at. Next thing we have, this is part of my Blood Angels dice. This is Blood Angels dice. These are special for Warhammer. This was in a lot of the. I'm still making money off that one lot. It was World of War, I believe it was. Their books and dice, and How do you how would you like to come across a case of those? Oh man, if I could buy a case of those Art Explosion, I wouldn't have to work the rest of the month. Well, my boss would probably say different, but no, I mean it's definitely definitely worth taking a look at. But this is still part of that one lot of all those books. I don't know if you remember a few months ago I bought I think one of the lots I paid $56 for, another one I paid 80, I want to say. And I've been selling books and figures and you know all kinds of stuff out of those lots. I've made my money many times over on that particular purchase. And it was just one of those risks I took. Did I know anything about this stuff? No. But I knew that, many of the books that I had, I know they were comping out $10 to $15. And I want to say, I want to make sure, I just want to double check. Yeah, I did get full price, $19.99. And this one went in a padded flat rate. So priority mail, and it didn't need to. I may have even given the option to either go first class or priority, and that's what they selected. Yeah, I mean it is definitely. I mean that's one thing I try to do. If I can get a lot of stuff and just pay one price, it makes sourcing a lot easier. And I would say even some of the some of the $2 lots I'll buy because I'm that guy. If I see something that is a box of stuff that's sitting there and you can only see glimpses, it's almost like I imagine going to a storage auction would be where you can only look, don't cross a line, don't reach your hand in, but you only get a little glimpse. And that's a lot of times I've in the past I've bid on those boxes and paid $2, $3, $5 on a box that I might see a glimpse of something and end up making $20, $30 off of one item, and the rest of it just is there to make a few bucks off of or the same. And eventually some of the stuff may end up being donated or uh, tossed. Yes, that is definitely that it's all part of the learning experience for me. That's why you see me doing a lot of odds and ends items, different items. You're not going to see a constant every day doing listing shirts and pants or picking up shirts and I don't knock people for doing that. It's just that I have to learn. I have to learn what sells, what doesn't, and the only way I can sit and watch YouTube videos all day long, but until I put it into practice and until I take some risks myself, it's that's really I think the best way to learn things. Somebody, all of every bolo you have out there, somebody had to take that first step to try it to see if it actually sold. This is a lot of those Stoger catalogs. You hear me talk a lot about these weapons, ammunition, hunting, firearms catalogs. This one I actually got full price for. Some of these books I've gotten as much as $50, $60 a piece for. Some of the older ones I've come across, but you can see this one was in terrible condition. I want to make sure to see how much of it you can actually see there. But these four books, $50. I lotted them up finally after trying to sell them individually, and that one's from 1940. Their annual catalogs, 1957. This one was 1949 and 1960 edition. But those went out medium mail as well. I think that if you think you are doing it right, man, it'll take a while, but you are picking up a ton of knowledge. That is absolutely right. And if any of you guys, I'm sure everybody that's in here has already followed Lonnie over at Garage Flips, but he has a wealth of knowledge, and you can tell he's been doing it for quite a while. And the best part about it is it's pretty much no bullshit. Well, there's a little bullshit mixed in, but he does know his stuff over there. So anyway, I highly recommend if you anything Stoger that you can find. uh, they might, some of them might sit for a month, some might sit for 2 or 3, but there's usually pretty good money in them. These books, most of them I might have 50 cents, $1, some of them up to 250, but every one of them has turned me a pretty good profit. Here's another just kind of show you how bad the pictures are. All of these books, I mean, every time I take a picture, I do my pictures for these books. I always take front cover. Any major damage, I'll include a photo of that. I always take a picture of the binding. There's all the covers. You can see here I included an image where the binding was kind of thrashed there. And usually I take the backs. Yeah, you can see the backs on these weren't too bad. But and some of the catalogs I'll actually take a picture, these vintage books I'll take a picture of the table of contents, because a lot of people are looking for specific articles in them. So this is another one. This is a trial thing. This is a Polaris bag I picked up for, I want to say I might have given 12. It was either $9.99 or $12.99, just for the sake of being safe. Let's just say $12.99. This was in pretty good condition. It's a Polaris. It was a large duffel bag. The only downside, this wasn't the rolling bag. I believe that if this is the right one, this one, there's some versions of these that have the wheels on them, and I think they demand a little bit higher price. But it's branded Polaris all over. I probably could have. Let me just double check. This one I did take it off. I probably could have held out and got my $40 for it. Hello, Don Maserati. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. I'm only about a third of the way through, so you're you know what? Kat is upstairs. I think she's reading with our daughter. They like to sit and they watch this show called Brain Games. So while I'm killing brain cells, they're growing them up there. So she usually, my daughter may be in bed by now, or she should be. But this bag, like I said, it might have been $12.99 to pick this up for, and I actually took an offer of $24.55 plus, and it was $16.45 to ship. Okay, next item we have, this one I had a while. I was ready to just get rid of it. It's a new Sloan Readers. Some of these older books, these are really long tail items, because many of them you're going to have to find the perfect the buyer for. I'm seeing what my wife Kat has started sending me listings for garage sales and stuff, which I'm so thankful for. Dawn is wondering where you are. I just let her know. But this a lot of these old books I pick up. You can pick them up especially if you're at thrift store half price day. You can pick them up for $1, $2. And this one I went ahead and let go for $12.94 free shipping. Went medium mail, so a little bit of profit there. Okay, this is my very first Texas Instruments TI-83 Plus graphing calculator. Now, I want to see if I can. I'm not gonna show. This is just something I learned, and I have to figure out how to get ungated for these. This is something I might just have to look into to see how I can get ungated, because I just want to show you, this is one of those items that just makes you wonder. Because I know for a fact that the person that bought this sells graphing calculators on Amazon, and they go for probably about 3 times the amount that. And would be one of those. I would almost venture to do these doing a merchant fulfilled. So maybe this is going to be an experiment to see. I guess they may have went down, because when I looked these up before, I saw them as high as $100. Now maybe things have changed, but if I could even double my I have to balance out the fees. I have to find out how much fees would be on the item. Hey, Jason Static, welcome. You know what? As long as they turn on, and it's a quick Google search. Once you get them home, as long as they turn on, and I haven't checked on price of batteries on these. I'm sure Lonnie could tell you, but if they turn on for me, and I say it's a good, and then I'll go to I'll bring it home. And this particular one for these photos, I just Googled a basic graphing function for a Texas Instrument calculator, and that is where I came up with the graph on it. And when you there's settings that you can change on the window to put those dots in. I just figured adding those dots in there, it would at least show a few more pixels being used. But yeah, that one I got full, and this was a quick sale. As quick as this was, I think the next time I find one, I'm going to list it for $35 and see if the same guy buys it. Like I said, he's sourcing from eBay to fill his Amazon store. This one was a bad purchase at auction. I mean, I think I gave $3 or $4 for it, but I bought it thinking it was going to be a lot better. This is just a test. If you're bidding on an online auction, that you go and preview the items if you can. This particular one, the plexiglass was out of it, and I didn't look close enough at the image, but I want to see if you can see that there. Right. Let me move it up. Right there. That's as far as the needle. That needle should be pinging up here somewhere. But as you can see, the needle was gone. I had to completely... It was in pretty rough condition. But I wasn't going to take a loss on it. I refused to take a loss on it. So I ended up selling for $15 plus shipping. Had a bad one last week. Sold his parts for $10 plus shipping. I will have to remember that as well. From what Lonnie's saying, thank you, Lonnie. If you get it home and it doesn't work, part it out. This doll, I actually took an offer from You're Always Invited. That was to my wife. Now let me go back to my... This one, I think I took an offer on. She was pretty sad looking. I gave $1 for her, and you can tell by her hair. Her hair is pretty ratty. This is one of the first regular looking dolls, and she just, for $1, I figured, you know what the hell. And by the time I got it, went to ship it, part of this lacing had come undone. uh, and I had to get out the hot glue gun and glue it back together. So I had to do some repairs. This one actually took $17 free shipping. So I might have made $1 or two after fees, and because shipping was not super cheap on this. I had a couple fails this last week. This one's not haunted looking. These are these three face ones are haunted looking. Oh, let me do the spin around again. That's my favorite. I I am a member. I'll admit I am a member of a doll Facebook group, and it's purely for educational purposes. I like to go in and ask questions about particular items. They also allow you to sell, which I haven't tried to sell on a Facebook group yet, but your sister one of those Facebook that. That is freaking hilarious. You- I'm gonna. Someone did one of those Facebook. What would you look like as the opposite sex? And it thought she was a guy, so it showed her what she would look like as a girl. That's pretty sad. Is it the crying? The one that's sitting right in front of me? I'm sorry, I was passing on my text message. Anyway, this one I pretty much a lot of dolls I do, the older ones I do fairly well at, but it's along with what we were talking about earlier, it's buying and trying and learning from your mistakes. That is how I'm learning what does sell and what I should be looking at and what I shouldn't. This one I want to say I gave $7 or $8 for. It's a false craft Villa della Luna stacking coffee sitter 4-piece gift set. And this one I believe I no, I'm not texting while I'm actually I was. This one took $30 offer, which I thought that was a pretty decent offer. I listed it for $39.99, $30 offer, and it actually cost 20. It cost them $20.76 to have shipped priority. I do some glassware, and if I get a decent deal on it, and I wasn't so worried about shipping this because it came in its original packaging. It was new, so it was everything was packed individually in styrofoam. There's a picture of the excuse me. There's a picture of the box there. And did I? Oh, there. I did show a picture of it packed. So just to kind of show them that it was new. Jason, if you collect Cabbage Patch, I have a doozy for you. Cabbage Patch are tricky. Just knowing you have to watch out for the year. There's different. I think the different signatures on them, where they're located, different colors of the signature. You really need to do a little bit of research before you just. I think before you just start picking up um, any Cabbage Patch doll, because you can find them everywhere. It's just making sure you know which ones to pick up, or you're going to be sitting on them. Which toward the end, there's another doll that I sold that I think they're the same way. This one is for you, Lonnie, the Holy Bible. This one actually took an offer. This is one not to not. I mean, I would not recommend buying this for profit. It would look nice on your mantle or your coffee table. And I have a legitimately haunted Cabbage Patch that was banned. Oh, I think you. I watched that one there. I have like the Koopy hairdo going. What the hell is that all about? I actually have a full head of hair. I just shot a video that I need to upload from the Cabbage Patch Kids Babyland. I was a 38-year-old guy filming. That's going to get you in trouble, man. I hope you weren't passing out candy. But anyway, I took an offer of $10. I sat on this for a while. This was a huge Bible. I thought it was a beautiful Bible. There was some damage issues. You'll see there's dirt around the edges. And so that could be part of it. Great illustrations. It was the presented to and from was not filled out. And it was the Crusade Analytical Edition. Man, somebody got a heck of a deal. $10 plus shipping, went media mail, $4.19 shipping. And as I mentioned earlier on, for those of you that didn't show up on time, no, I sell them for profit. Just don't buy this one to make a lot of profit. That's what I was saying, Lonnie. It's just, it sat too long for that much money. It was just, it's just not something I would not recommend purchasing. That am I pointing in the right direction? I just don't recommend getting that one. Okay, what do we got here next? Oh, look at that. It's another one. Like I said, I picked these up. This is definitely a bolo. If you find these, anything that's CPAP, that's new, sealed, pick it up if you can get a decent price on it. I mean, these sell very quick. I would say within a week and a half, I sold all three that I picked up. I picked them up for $2.99 a piece. Of course, I had the one that went for $9.99. I sold one for $29.99, and this one $24.99. They're easy. Drop them in a padded envelope, and first class. These are light. So CPAP equipment. You're talking the I would say masks. These are the cushions for the mask. If you can see that picture there, that's what the actual mask. There's different kinds. There's the nasal. There's the full face. There's hoses that go with it. Those will sell. I'm positive anything CPAP related, I would go ahead and pick up if you can get it at a decent price. This stuff is expensive if you're buying it. And look who shows up, the ice cream lady. So CPAP. This is the last one of my embroidery cards. And this one, I think this is the last one. As you know, I picked this as part of that lot that I picked up for $1 for the bag. And hey, what's up, Turtle Trader? Welcome to the show. This is the last one of these cards. I paid $1 for a bag of miscellaneous SD cards, and there was like 5 or 6 of these in here. And this is another one, $35, free shipping, first class. It's a couple ounces. And I mean, out of that $1 bag, I probably had, I would say, probably about $185, $190 gross sales. I did not even, to be honest, I did not even know what it was until basically what happened was I went to this sale, and the lady had passed. There was a whole room of nothing but sewing stuff. There's actually some of these embroidery equipment there, and I just wasn't comfortable at the time because I didn't have the knowledge, the value of it. but there was like this hutch thing that had all these SD cards. And I said, you know what? They're thumb drives, SD cards. I didn't even know she goes, anything in there you want, go ahead and pick up. So there was a bag with all these in there. There's, I think, 5, 6 of them in there. And uh, I'm such a doofus. I thought it was a card with embroidery thread in it. These are actually, there's a Husqvarna, which makes chains. That's what I know them from, is they make chainsaws, and I've used Husqvarna chainsaws. So I knew the name, but I didn't know they made embroidery machines. These cards actually fit into the embroidery machine. Some of them are preloaded with images, and some of them you can program your own images on. You stick it in the machine, and it takes the manual fun of embroidery out of the picture. So that's what they are. But it's just Husqvarna. They make good equipment, and evidently they make good embroidery machines as well. Well, I'm glad that I could clarify that for you. I don't know. Here's the back of it. Husqvarna sewing machine AB, all rights reserved. I only took those two. I mean, they're literally. I thought I had. I think that was my last one. I thought I might have had one more. No, I sold it as well. They're literally like this big. I would say probably, what is that? 3 inches, 2.5, 3 inches square. So $35. That was a huge. To me, I call that a home run. $1 into almost 200. Next item. This was in a box of DVDs that I bought. I'd say $7. I ended up with some golf CDs, some piano tutorial CDs. This was another one. I have another kind of a. How many did you get in all? I had like 5 or 6 of those cards in there. Sewing by Rod. The Rod, the man that does it all. He sews. He collects dolls. Yeah. And anyway, DVD Agenda, Grinding America Down. Agenda is absolutely brilliant, according to Ted Baer, Movie Guide. And when Idaho legislator Curtis Bauer wrote a letter to the editor about drastic changes in America's culture. Oh, I guess you guys don't. Oh, we'll move on from that. Anyway, I made my money on this lot. I made my money off of the golf DVDs. I mean, I sold the golf DVDs. I want to say $20-$30 on. I think there's two sets of them that I sold, so $20-$30 each. And this is just more icing on the cake. Ice cream on the cake, $9.99 free shipping. Yes, Rod, I'm going to start embroidering outfits. There was a time when I used to, and don't cry about it either. There was a time when I tore my Achilles tendon when I was in the military, and I was down and out for like 6 months. I actually learned to crochet. So I was crocheting Christmas ornaments like crazy. And yes, I can hand sew. I can mend. I'm the mender of the family. I am the crafter of the family. I'm sure Kat will attest to that. For each meal he sets out. Oh, I don't know. Okay. If you want to know how my mind works, different outfits for each meal he sets up for them. It made me picture 40-year virgin where he makes the little clothes for the mouse and poses them. And that led me, this is how my mind jumps to the fact I have a I have a mouse cam. We have this mouse. I saw him on the house. I mean, he freaking um, we have stairs that go up. Here, let me use this hand that go up, and from here, and then there's like a ledge that follows the stairs. Well, I saw this mouse, or saw something out of the corner of my eye. It was a mouse, and it started running up the stairs, and I'm still on the stairs. So it gets to the top of the stairs, and there's Max, our little puppy dog, our Shorky, and he sees it. He barks. The mouse proceeds to run along that ledge. I'm still down here. The freaking thing jumps down, lands on my arm. I proceed to scream like a little schoolgirl, and I look. I'm looking for it, and because it landed on my arm, went down my arm, went down the floor. I didn't see it for a couple of days, so I had to go buy traps. And yes, I had to tell Kat the whole story, and she's like, "I wish you wouldn't have told me that. These are the stories I don't need to hear about." Anyway, haven't seen him. That's been about a week and a half ago. He's made an appearance, and it is the same mouse outside the slider door going out of the basement. So I have my trap sitting down there, and I I have my GoPro sitting there. I'm hoping that I catch mouse footage tonight. That's what. So I have mouse cam going on as we do this live stream. Could I commission some custom doilies? Unfortunately, I retired my embroidery skills. I could probably still do it, but my price has probably gone up since then. You learn to do a lot of things whenever you can't move for 6 months. Okay, I went off the rails there. Okay, now this I shared in a Facebook in This Week in Reselling with Garage Flips and Cincinnati. My mind just went totally blank. You guys know the group. This is a RC. These are the keywords: scalar, crawler, body. Basically, people build these custom-made RC cars or trucks that crawl over rocks and stuff. And basically, what I did is I bought these two remote-controlled trucks, and I got this also from Parrot Head Picker, Andy, and basically this is pretty much what I have left. I think this is the one for that truck. This is I want to say 110 scale. I've got a couple of different models going, but this one I actually took an offer. I paid $15 for two of these trucks. The other one I think was a 114 scale, another Harley Davidson truck. But the 110, $50 plus shipping. And they ship pretty light once you strip all the guts out of them. And John, here's a couple of other things that I'm trying out because I don't know. But John's doing this as well. I've stripped down the wheels too. I've got some flat, some smooth. But I think that if any of them sells, these are the ones off the 114 scale. But, I mean, I would say at this point, I've got a few different models of cars. I've got a race car, like a Baja buggy that I have listed up there. So I'm kind of feeling it out to see if it's just the, hey, what's up, Sharp Seller? Thanks for showing up. Right now we're just going through some of my sales, and then I've got a few items I picked up at thrift stores the last couple of days that I'm going to pick up as well. But again, I paid $15 for two of these cars. They didn't have the battery. I mean, one of them had batteries. They had the controllers, or what? Yeah, they both had the controllers, but they didn't have a charger. And I ended up selling this one $15 or $50, 550 plus shipping. So this is something that just Go look and see what's actually selling. When you're doing your research, look up RC Scalar Crawler Body, and um, I think that some of the older New Bright is and Nico are some brands. This was New Bright Nico here, but basically all I did was these are the basic photos that I took. Pretend like you're doing an automobile advertisement. I agree. Think someone might need a new set of wheels for their cheap RC cars. But John, the thing is, they do a lot. A lot of people customize these things. So I just took all angles, and really, I just wanted to show that all the decals were in place. And I also listed, if you notice, I don't know if you can see it here. There's screws here, here, and they're the same on the other side. And there's 4 screws here that if they did want to further customize it, they can take these bars out as well as a step side on the side. So it just gives them a little bit of a chance to do further customization if they want. But yeah, definitely these RC cars you can find all over the place. But definitely look up RC Scalar Crawler Bodies, and you can. Hey, Jerry, I own 2 Fords. I have a 76 Ford F-150. That thing runs like a charm. Of course, it's got the old straight 6 in it, but I've also got a Ford Ranger. So I also own a couple of Chevys. I have a Chevy GMC, same diff. I have 2 step vans that we use as ice cream trucks, and I've had to replace more parts on those than I have on my 76. Next thing we have here. Okay, so my wife, since we moved into the new house, she wanted to get new dishes, and she loves Fiesta ware. I would say anything pre 70s on the Ford Mustangs, John. I don't know if they ever start making them decent again. I know they overdid it. They went to crap in the, I think it was the 70s. Anyway, Fiesta ware. My wife bought all new Fiesta ware dishes. Well, we didn't need all these coffee cups. I'm the only one that drinks coffee, any hot beverage. They'll do hot chocolate occasionally. I think that's why she kept a couple of them back. But I said, you know what? Just let me have all the Fiesta ware cups that you don't want, and I will sell them. So I ended up, I just want to make sure the 11 that she didn't want, I ended up selling. And I listed them for $60. She just about crapped her pants when within 2 weeks I got full asking price, $60. And I want to say, yeah, it was 25. I want to say I put flat rate shipping on that of $25. Now I pack these very well. I had the thicker, like the big um, bubble wrap. I mean, it was more like bubble pillows. It wasn't the big pillows, but they were big pockets of air. Um, I had that surrounding the box, and then I individually wrapped smaller bubble wrap around each cup, putting bubble wrap inside. It goes off in the mail, and I just got a message yesterday saying he got the package and 2 of them were damaged. How do I want to move forward with basically rectifying the situation? So I went and I said, okay, $85. There's 11 cups there, divided at 85 by 11, multiplied it by 2, rounded it up. I said, you know what, I'll give you a $15.50 discount for the 2 cups. And I basically lined out how I came to that number. Thought it was pretty fair. And uh, he was he was very happy with that. He even said, you know what? Because basically, when I responded to him, I said, I really thought that I packed them very well. I apologize that they didn't get there in one piece. And I mean, that's the thing, but when you deal with these customers, every customer you have, you treat them with the utmost respect and be apologetic. I mean, this was not, it wasn't my fault, but it wasn't his fault either. And I, just like any other online retailer, because that's really what we are, I wanted to make it right. So I, I just apologized. I thought I packed them great. I apologize for him not getting there, even though it's the post office's fault. And I gave him his refund. And he came back to me and said, you know what? You did pack them very well. Um, you should be able to get some sort of reimbursement from the USPS because you did a very good job in packing them. He says, if you want me to send pictures, send me your phone number or send me a number. I can text you the photos. And I was like, okay, thanks. I appreciate that. And just to kind of give you, basically, he said, thank you for your response, your fair and fast response. And I don't know if you can see that. There is picture one. And for them to be in that condition, those two, it's amazing that the other nine um, made it there as safe. I'll get a piece of it. I'll show you what I packed them in. This is okay. I don't know if you can see that. Basically, what I did was I should have a box somewhere close. I basically lined the entire box with this larger bubble wrap. So all four walls, because I wanted to make sure that there was they all four. I wanted to make sure that there was no void in the entire box. So all four walls were coated in that or covered in that, and then I wrapped each individual cup. Um, the way I like to do, I like to make sure that the inside of the cup is filled with bubble wrap or whatever else, and then I'll make sure that each cup is surrounded in bubble wrap. And I would say if you're eating really thick soup, those cups could have been eaten out of. But yeah, I mean they. I'm not there. There is no way I could have packed those cups any better than they were. There was absolutely no void. There was, I don't know. So anyway, Fiesta Ware does pretty well if you can find it. Shrink wrap the stuff first. I'm not shrink. I don't shrink wrap anything. USPS damage makes a double payday on one item. Gorilla Glue works wonders. You know, he may have him some free Fiesta Ware. Okay, I have probably 100 of these. I paid $1 a piece for them. If anybody wants some merge cubes, they're really cool. I mean, I have to say, this is one of my first lots I tried. I tried to do 3 of them. I actually probably broke even on these because somehow I thought I removed free shipping off of every one of my listings because I hate free shipping. And I'll tell you why. I mean, a lot of people do free shipping, but it does not work for me. As I've mentioned, I am an eBay hobbyist. I have other things that I do in life that I forget stuff. that, and I'm old, and yeah, I cardboard might help, but I honestly, I bubble wrap the shit out of it. But it's 1550. I'll try to open up the case and Max was outside Barkley and finally got up to see the side gate by your truck was open. Okay, I'm gonna step. Can you guys keep yourselves entertained for just 1 second? I'm gonna go outside real quick. Rod, Rod. I'm scared somebody's out in our ice cream truck or something. I don't know, but there was a gate open. The dogs have been going nuts. I can't see anything. I don't know what to do. Oh, fuck, it's you. What's going on? Did you close the gate? Yes. I was out there earlier, but I thought I closed it. Going out to get that hot dog. Okay, well, Max was outside the gate. Okay, I apologize. It was probably my fault. I'm scared. Is that thing locked back there? What? Where our ice cream truck is. There's money in there. There's ice cream in there. Okay. Okay, it was my fault. I went out and got that. I probably pushed it and it didn't latch. I'll go check the ice cream truck in a bit. Where's that thing? Okay, I am back. Hey Sam Dallas, welcome. Okay, so I think I scared the crap out of Cat. I went out. Yeah, I told you the other day I bought a hot dog machine. So I went out and got it after out at the um, out of the truck, and the thing's big. I mean, it's like wider than my hands can go, like this size. And it's a commercial hot dog steamer. Well, I think I just used my elbow to push the gate closed, and it didn't latch. So um, we had to fear that somebody had gotten in the yard, but I don't think anybody did. Okay. Home Depot sells those. I will have to look into the. I'm going back to the chat, so bear with me. Home Depot sells cardboard inserts that make a grid. I will have to look into that next time I do cups. Free shipping is a devil. Going back to that, the problem with that I have with free shipping is I forget that I have free shipping on an item, and then I want to sell stuff, and I lower the price, and all of a sudden I'm making a buck off of an item that I thought I was going to make 10. Do the inmates now run the asylum? Yes, it looks like they did. Where he go? I had to go make sure that everything was safe outside. I freaked my wife out. Um, yeah, I would. I'm gonna check the mouse footage later. Hello, does anyone sleep anymore? There is no host. What gives? What did you guys do with Rod? I had to go check the yard. I had to go make sure the gate was closed. Make sure that the boogeyman wasn't out there. So anyway, I probably made a buck off of this by the time I shipped it because it had to go priority, and Let me see. Just gonna double check and see what the. I don't. I'll have to look back and see. But these are really cool. If you guys haven't played with them, we've let them loose in one of my daughters' the Halloween party or Christmas party one, and it was a hit. So yes, if you want a good deal on some VR cubes, let me know. Basically, you can put your phone in the VR goggles, and they play. You can use them without the goggles, but there's different 3D images, and I think it's based on the. If you look at the grid on right there, let me see if I can get a different. You can kind of see there's different drawings and stuff on each side, and I think it must do something um, something on those that tells which side does what image. But you can use your phone without where it just shows on your phone. I don't know if I should probably go get one sometime and just show you what they are, but uh, no, it's. Let me. Uh, okay, I'm only going to be gone for a second. Okay, these may be a bigger hit during. Let me switch over to here. I'm gonna open one up. These may be a holdout for Christmas time. So maybe that's what the key on these is gonna be. I'm gonna have to just. I've got plenty of them. I can. I'm eating my profits. They're very slow movers for us. So basically, it's a cube, and it's made out of foam. I want to see if this was our first three. Like I said, we gave a buck for these, and I'm not gonna. Let me see if I can. I don't even know if I have the app installed. Oh, look, I can mobile device stand. Okay, let me see if I know there's directions here somewhere. Medieval tour. If I was cool, I would have had this set up. www.mergecube.com. I want to see how this translates on screen. And then maybe I can show you kind of what it does. I'm looking for downloads. There's different. There's got to be an app for it, I'm sure. Anyway, I'll show that here in a bit. I'll get the app going, and we'll. Yes, and I had to miss this month's flea market. Unfortunately, I had to take my daughter to her golf. I guess fortunately and fortunately. Oh, they have different games you can either buy or. I'm gonna download this one just so that I can show an example of what they do. Anyway, I will move on from that. So hopefully, I've got probably about 100 of these. Dawn is on the edge of my seat, are hoping to learn something new. Dawn, I'm on the edge of my seat hoping. As soon as it down, oh, it's. I mean, this is a tilt ball for merge cube. I think they can do their app programming based on the designs on the cube itself. That's my guess. It's magic. That's all you got to know. It is magic in the form of a 4x4 cube. That's all you need to know. It's installing. Okay. This is another, you know, anything that's video game merchandise. This this particular game, this is Major League Baseball, Ken Griffey Jr. And I bet if you went to eBay and um, N64 Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. Here's your. Let's go to the solds. $6.40, 204. So what I'm saying is, don't buy the game. Buy the T-shirt. Where'd I put? Where'd I lose it at? I'm finding. Okay, buy the T-shirt. This is actually a promo that was probably given away with the video game. It was still in its hockey puck format. There was a tear in the package here. I don't know if you can kind of see that on the right hand side of your screen there. So it wasn't completely sealed yet, but it was pretty close to it. There's what it looked like from behind. I picked this up for $3. Ended up selling it for $24.99 plus standard shipping, first class shipping, because it was still under that 14 ounce. Typically 14 ounces. It may have changed with the change in shipping rates, but it seemed like at one point 14 ounces was pretty darn close to a flat rate envelope price. So once it got close to that price, I would just go ahead and ship flat rate. You are in chat screen. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. Okay, let's go back. Okay, here's the baseball shirt. Um, right there on the right hand side, you'll see uh, the tear in the plastic. Total rookie mistake there. This is what it looked like. Major League Baseball, Nintendo 64. It seems like I've done better on game related merchandise than the games themselves. I sold a little mini bat a while back. I think at $25-$30 for this is again $3 purchase. The game itself, I pulled up the comps on it. You know, 2 9 $3.25, and look right there. There's my sold right in the middle of it. But I actually took. Did I get full asking price? I may have took an offer on that. Yeah, I actually saw it 19. I had a sale running. That's what it was. I saw it 19.99 plus the shipping. Did my app finish downloading? We're gonna go through that here in just a minute. As I got a couple more items here before I go to my. It'll be a nice segue into what I picked up. This I sold. Yes, too legit to quit. Is that how it went? I went to the MC Hammer. I talked about this, I think, last time I went live. Went to MC Hammer, TLC, and Boys to Men. That was back when TLC was just first getting started. That was in 1992. I actually took I took some people to it, and this was a concert book that they sold there. This was in really poor condition. It had been in storage out in the garage forever. You can see there's it's just, I don't know if you can see the bottom there because my fat head's in the way. Let me move that, slide that over. So here, let me get the, can you see that? Yeah, my fat head's still in the way. But it is in pretty, I'm going to try to get more, yeah, I can't get it. I can't get it to zoom in right. I'll just keep moving around blindly. A few of out at Goodwill's. Okay. I hate them. Oh, anyone else hate Goodwill stickers? I'm surprised you keep the MC. I hate them. Are you? You must be prepping stuff for pictures. Yeah, I don't find everything that I'm buying at Goodwill. They do, some of them use a grease pen, which it can be taken off. Masking tape in the sun for a week is even worse than Goodwill stickers, and Goodwills are the worst. We don't have too much of a problem here, I would have to say, yet. Okay, here's my last doll of the evening, or my last item of the evening. Now, I had these listed for $30. I had five of these Bratz dolls. Someone sent me a message that said, "Hey, can you break one of them out and sell it separately?" So I said, "Yeah, sure." I think I had $3 or $4 in this lot, maybe five. So I went ahead and sold one of them for $8. I'll probably end up listing the other ones individually as well, but I just modified the listing, pulled down the group photo, left the ones individual, and still left the other four in its own listing. So $8. It was easy. I wrapped it in bubble wrap, shoved it in a regular poly mailer, and went out first class. So activate. I have to activate. Okay, we're gonna do this VR thing. Let me get it off the Bratz doll. I'm peeling off stickers from about 30 Andrew Womack Ministry CDs. How well do you think you're going to do on those, John? Did I already lose the paperwork that came with the dang thing? This is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a quick thing. If I have to set up an account for this, oh, not now. I can skip. Okay, we're gonna go in phone mode. Allow my camera access. Allow tilt ball to take pictures and okay, I'm gonna allow that. Next, allow. Next. Use my dummy email account where I like to get all my spam. And I covered up my chat, so okay, I just realized you have a velvet dog playing poker behind you. I do, and I've actually got a repop. It's just a 10. I like this one because it's got the one that just had a little bit too much to drink down there. And he knocked his glass over. All the other dogs are laughing at him. That would have been me years ago at the party. That one looks like he's a little bit annoyed. But that one, he doesn't even look like he can hardly contain himself right there. He's just busting out laughing. Yeah, the one that slipped off the table, spilt his drink. He's going to be feeling it. Okay. Sent you. Man. I didn't expect this to take that much time. Oh, there it is. I got to confirm my account. But I don't think before I had to do all this. I think it's just because I downloaded a specific game for this demonstration. Howling at the Drunk Bum. Yes. You may close this window. Continue. Okay. I guess I should turn off my Bluetooth. So you hear the soothing. Make sure it's going to work. Scan to begin. Okay.
Tap the screen to interact with Merge Cube.
Okay, so here's my screen. Tap the screen.
This is your digital eye. Look at the target on the cube to continue.
I'm trying to do this completely.
Rotate the cube and look at the target on the back.
Look at the cube. Rotate the cube and look at the target on the back. Oh, so I have to... Oh, there. I found... I had to rotate the... Here, let me get it back over here. I had to find that target. I'm trying to do this completely backwards.
Now look around you. See if you can find each target.
I gotta find targets, and it's giving me arrows. This is like activating my... I've got to hold this target, this cube, in front of it. And I think I'm scanning.
Each of the highlighted areas.
You can't see nothing, I know. It's hard for me to see.
Tap the screen while looking at the start button to begin.
Okay. So I want to try to get the glare. So this is the cube. But when I put that cube in front, it's projecting different images on each side of the cube. And I'm trying to keep my... There it goes. It's reloaded. And this particular game here is a... It's got a ball on it. I think that you start the game, and it's going to have a ball on it. Oh, there. Okay. So there's a little pathway on there whenever I have it held out in front of my phone that I have to get that ball to go. Anyway, that is a merge cube. I know it just doesn't translate on screen. They're not huge sellers right now, but they're with the goggles, it's a little bit cooler. I don't know if you guys played with VR stuff before, but when we went to PAX, if you guys aren't familiar with PAX, it's a big gaming convention. They cover anything from board games, video games, things that are coming out in the future, tabletop games, you name it, they cover it. It's Penny Arcade Expo. They start over in Seattle. They do one on PAX East. They do PAX South now. I think they do. You can get the goggles. You can get the goggles for $5-10. Just look around for them and get a good deal on them. I think you can probably pick them up pretty cheap on eBay as well. But it's not something that I do a lot. But they're pretty cool. It was a big hit. My daughter loved it. When we went to PAX South, they did a lot of VR gaming stuff. It was like the hot thing that year. And every booth that was doing VR stuff. She just loved, and she had to try. I mean, it was just pretty crazy. Some of them were like the huge VR machines that, her and I were throwing virtual discs. I felt like I was in the middle of Tron. This is not to that extent, but it's still pretty cool. Like I said, we let them uh, play with them at her Christmas party. I think it was this past year. She had maybe 10 friends, 9 or 10 friends, and they just loved it. I mean, I had the GameCube, the Wii, the PlayStation set up, and they gravitated towards that. Did anybody pick up the movie bill at the movie theater when Avengers: Infinity War? It get the I have not seen the. Did I see Infinity Wars? I don't think I have yet. I got a set and a cube. I could sell you though. Kat's going to. She's trying to get her money back. Did I miss anything in the chat yet? Okay, so I think I'm augmented reality and virtual reality. Let's Google it. That's my friend. Hopefully nothing. Because I'm not going to lie. With virtual reality, you can swim with sharks. And with augmented reality, you can watch a shark pop out of your business card, while VR is more immersive. AR provides more freedom for the users. So, did that help? That didn't really. I'm looking. I'm trying to figure that out. Augmented reality, however, takes your current reality and adds something to it. It is not. Okay. You might even. Okay, I think the difference might be, from my understanding, um, virtual reality is changing the entire area, where augmented will place, like Pokemon. I think that would be augmented reality, because it's actually putting did you ever play Pokemon Go or whatever the hell it was on your phone? Me and my daughter did for a while, and I think that would be more augmented reality, where they're putting something inside your the world that you live in. So, okay, so I think that's where the AR versus VR is. And virtual reality is when if you put your goggles on, and some of those apps that you can get free with the goggles, you're like riding a roller coaster. Well, you're really not riding a roller coaster. You're sitting in your living room, or you're standing there. Yes, Lonnie, I'm still live. I haven't even got to the stuff that I picked up at the thrift stores. So that would be the difference between augmented and. Oh, I forgot to switch my camera back over. I had to take a quick break because I left the door open, or the gate open, I believe, outside, and the dogs went crazy. One of the dogs got out of the fence, and I scared the crap out of Kat because she thought somebody was breaking in her yard. My bad. We were going over. I finally sold some VR cubes, and I was doing a demonstration of the VR cube. Okay, so some of the things I picked up. Let me get my bag of goodiness out. Actually, some of this stuff is going to be a bag of crappiness. Like a pop-up movie that starts when you point at a hidden QR code that uses your camera to fill in the background. That would be augmented. and virtual is if they just put bunny ears on your. No, that would be virtual reality. Augmented is if you kind of like, what is it, Snapchat or whatever, where they just put bunny ears on you and a bunny nose. Okay. So this is Goodwill stuff. This probably isn't the most sought after, and this stuff isn't going to be like major. Basic Polaroid camera. I'm really tempted as I get more of these. I'm really tempted to get some film just to test them out, but this was $3.99, and I mean it's in good condition, but it doesn't have, it's okay. Well, I said it was in good condition, but I just had that popped open. What did I do? I'm gonna break it now. Oh, maybe I just don't know. I just don't know how to use it. So just a basic one-step Polaroid. The cool thing is, I paid $3.99 for that, but I went to another thrift store and I found this bag for 30 cents. And I only picked it up because it's a Polaroid bag. The bag may end up being gonna go to bed, and I saw Rod was still alive. I tell you what, I don't go live often, but when I do. So anyway, I don't know. Total of $3.29 in a Polaroid and a little cloth bag. So yeah, am I gonna make my money back? You guys tell me. I don't know a ton about Polaroids, but I pick them up just because they're cool. And I figured for less than $4. I picked up a cheap Texas Instrument calculator. It's nothing spectacular. It's not a TI, 35 plus. It's a TI 30 X. I think I gave $1 for that. $1.50. So trying a different golf. I think this is probably about maybe $15 sale. I paid $2.50 for it. Golf DVD set. It seems like I've done pretty good on golf stuff, so I'm gonna keep trying it until I prove it. So yeah, this is just a crap, but I picked it up anyway. This is Flash Focus, $2. This isn't a big seller, so don't pick this up for resale. This is going into my growing collection of game stuff. For the Nintendo DS. I figured this would probably sell. This is a match to Jory's. What was that? Bonnie, you're gonna have to help me out. What was that game that Jory from Good Use Good picked up? I can't even think. It was a Monopoly type game. Fortressopoly. This is my match to his Fortressopoly. That ended up being $2.50. All this stuff, you'll see the price markup there, $5, but everything was 50% off today. So the Bible game for the PS2. These I picked up, 50 cents a piece. I just thought they were cool. They're the vintage hard plastic felt Christmas ornaments. Lotted up. I'll probably double my money. But there's Mr. and Mrs. Claus kissing. I really like the mouse. Elf. And I have two mouse elves. So they're identical. There's another mouse. I've done well on vintage Christmas stuff. I'll probably list it now just to see. There's Santa on skis. Little reindeer. Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, touch the ground. Teddy bear. That's all I know. That's all I got, folks. I don't know what this one is like. Mrs. Claus, but a little different. Those old Japan ornaments do especially good on it. I might have to look and put these on my Etsy account then. This one could probably use a little glue, but maybe a little angel-esque. And I'm sorry, but who, at least at my age, who did not grow up with walnuts on their Christmas tree? I don't know if they're trying to make that look like a strawberry, maybe. I think that's what they did. They put little dots on it, and they turned that walnut into a strawberry. Huh. And I think that was it. That was all on those ornaments. And you can really tell who I watch on YouTube when you see me picking up something like this next item. Oh, yeah, we'll go right into that. Where did it go? Picked up my first golf club. Actually, I picked up 3. 2 of them, the grips are just terrible. I went to see about replacing the grips. They were the Golden Bear clubs. I think Golden Bear 2. But the grips they're just sticky. They're broken down. Yes, I am a big Halo fan. That was mine originally. And yeah, until 5, I did not like Halo 5. But this is just a Ping 9 iron. And Lonnie, I'll have to ask John too. I bought it anyway. I gave $1 for it. That's what it was. And there's a Ping. Is it going to focus? It was in pretty decent condition as far as I see. But it's just a 9 iron. I do need to polish up there's some marking probably from the clubs I bought. And the grip was in decent condition. There was no cracking on the edges. The grips can be replaced on the clubs. I just have to see if there's going to be enough return in it before I pull the trigger and decide to fix that. Because I thought that in the beginning, but if the clubs are only going to bring me $10, $15, even if I only paid $1 for it, even if, I have to figure that in to see if I would make the money back. They may just get redonated. Maybe I'll take them to another thrift store. I'll take them to Goodwill, because then I can at least get that's how you make your money. You go buy something for $1 at one thrift store, then you take it to Goodwill, get your 10% coupon, and then go buy a $20 item. Right there, you double your return. I'm pretty much that way with most things, Lonnie. I did just test the hot dog steamer. It works. I don't know if I didn't show it on my last haul video just because I had it left in the truck, but I paid $62 for it, and if I'm going to have to that's something I'm not going to sell as is. I don't think I'm going to actually do a little work on it, because I could potentially make $250 on a commercial hot dog steamer. I have not been able to find a putter in a thrift store to save my life. The Golden Bears I picked up are graphite, but I just have to look and see, do a little bit more research on the comps. Gotcha. I will pick up. I'm going to start. Okay, I'll read. Putters and sand wedges. I I've never owned a. Well, I guess all my wedges are sad wedges. I'm just kidding, John. I'm going to start opening up vintage stereos to clean them up, but otherwise, I don't fix stuff. I have too much stuff to list to slow down for that. It really depends on me on the return. Like I said, that if I can get, and basically, I'm talking about there's one rust spot on the exterior. I'm going to probably sand down and get some red paint and touch that up. And I'm going to give it a thorough cleaning, basically because it's a food service item. And if I can, triple my profit on that. And when I say triple, going from $62 up to potentially 250, I'm going to, um, I'll take the time to do that. But generally, I do not like fixing anything. Um, it's it's the same with you. I don't have the time to do it. John, that is the other John's advice too. You're talking the pick up single putters and sand wedges, but only buy complete iron or wood set. That's good to know. I will definitely use that advice going forward. John number one is smart. He thinks like me. He just has bigger strawberries. Oh, funny. Okay, what do I have? Oh, this one, just because there's only a couple of screws holding it, I paid $4.99 for this. This is a 1950s, I believe, uh, Hubley kitty toy. Um, just because I thought it was cool. These old iron toys, they're cool as shit. This one here has one screw here. I'm going to take apart so I can. And there's a flathead screw over on this side here. So I am going to take this thing completely apart because there's a rattle in it, and when I look in there, there is a gear that I believe may have turned. I believe that this steering wheel, when you turn this steering wheel, I believe the front wheels are supposed to turn as well. And I think that is I believe that's what that gear and I don't know if I can show that to you. I don't think it's necessarily broken. I think it just somehow came dislodged. But this one I will try to. I don't know if you can kind of see it there in the. I guess you could till I tilted it right there. You can kind of see it. So, Hanma is the brand. This says Hubley. Are you saying that Hubley kitty toy? Or oh, am I like totally? I need to keep up on the chat. Okay, I'm going back up. If you ever see a single Hanma club, oh, okay, on the golf clubs, I see. Cat hearing any mouse and screams yet? Hanma. Okay, I'm just catching back up because I need to make sure I know this. Honma, and that is I've never heard of that golf club brand. Today I saw some Galloways, some TaylorMade, but it's an older I mean, I have my golf clubs that I use are TaylorMades from probably 1990, or let's say early to mid 1990s. So it just cracks me up. This is a comparison of, this is a driver in the early to mid 1990s, and this is a driver today. What the? I mean, this is just a prime example of participation trophies. When you switch from a golf club this big to tee off with to something this big to tee off at, well, I mean, where's the challenge? Sam Dallas said something about Hanma clubs. Yes, I did see that. The new phone, I can type, apparently. I can't type on the old phone or the new phone, or the computer for that matter. Okay, I got one more item. I believe this is the last one. Yes. This I picked up the other day. I don't think I covered this. This one. This is a Magnavox forehead VHS HQ forehead Wi-Fi stereo and DVD recorder. So I am going to, this is something I will definitely test out. This is model number ZV427MG9A. And this was normally $25. I waited till, I picked this up on Saturday. I don't think I covered this in the last, I can't remember the last time I did the video, but this I actually paid $12.50 for on half price day. I did not give the full 25, and it should. The only problem is it does not have the remote. I do. The last DVD recorder I sold, I actually ordered a remote online. I got an aftermarket OEM remote for it, and I want to say those are. It depends on where you look. I'll pull the comps up just because I'm probably going to start it at an 80 just because I think that would be a fair. Let me pull up the eBay real quick. I think it depends on the brand. You want to look for the recorders. Most DVD VHS combos, I think you can probably pick up. I don't know if I would go more than 10, but I'll go ahead and switch my screen out as well, and we'll pull up this model, and just it's really going to be your comfort, where you're comfortable. Most of the time, if you just put in the brand and the model number, which this one was CV427MG9A. And we'll go to comps. Sold. So there's one right there. I guess I'll have to look and see if the A is part of the model number or not. That one went for 154, 150, 179. This one without remote was 86. So this is where you have to make a decision. I tried to do a search on the remotes before, and I have to go back and find out what specific remote went with this one. If I can pick up a remote for $10, I'll go ahead and order it. So instead of pulling $80 for it, I might be able to go up to 125. The thing is anything that records DVDs is going to do really well. If it's just a standard VHS DVD combo, they're going to sell well, but they're not going to drive the same price. So you have to but anything that is a DVD recorder, if I do VHS DVD combo, I'm trying to find one. So here's a Magnavox. Did I leave Magnavox in there? No, I did not. So am I still on Solds? Let's make sure that's where I'm. Yeah, I'm still on Solds. So you'll see that on the VHS DVD combos, they're going to be all over the place. There's 119. This one is because it's a recorder, and look at this one's $70. This isn't recordable. Excellent use. This one, no remotes, $65. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, if I would say, and determine your comfortability. How do you determine the DVD records? That one says record. It's going to advertise it. I mean, here's one right here that was a recorder. I don't know why this one has remote. I don't know why this one sold for so cheap, because they did free shipping as well. I'm just going to look at see if I can pull up an image. Oh, you know what? I don't think this one's not a recorder. This will record on VHS. That's why it's so cheap. It's VHS. It'll record on the VHS, but the DVD portion does not. Here, this one says DVD recorder. I don't know. But yeah, it typically says it's in the. It does say like that. This one here, it specifically says. I'm trying to make sure. Oh, let me switch screens. Okay. Right on the DVD drive, it says DVD recorder. And it also says up here right up here. And the cool thing about this does have the HDMI output. Where did it go? Right there. It's got HDMI out. So you wouldn't even necessarily need to have the RGB. But it also has all the component in and outs on it as well. But I have not tested it yet. But I wasn't going to wait for $12.50, and I did just make a sale. Oh, another movie. Why are the movies selling tonight? I've hit a couple. A couple weeks ago, I hit garage sales with Kat, and we did we did okay. But it was more just a fun outing with her. We were looking for specific items which we didn't find. I just got the truck up on our newest truck up on the road, out on the road. Tonight was its maiden voyage. So some of that work it's going to open up some more time for me to do some more listing and then some more sourcing. So I did hit a garage sale this past weekend when I took my daughter to golf, and I picked up a PS1 and a PS3 for what was it? I want to say it was $10 or $15. Okay, so going back to the question, how do you determine? Okay, we did that. So okay, thanks. So $25 isn't even bad in some cases. Yeah, I would agree with Lonnie. $25, you'd want to test it for sure. Rod, are you hitting? I hit that one. The record VHS tapes to blank DVDs. Yes. I'll have to double check on if you can. I've never used one personally, to be honest with you. So that's what they're primarily used for, transferring old media on VHS over to DVDs. That truck is killer. Where did I miss? That Is that your turquoise and white? Yes. No, it's this old 61. That's my next project. Um, this is a 2003. We bought two trucks this year. I bought a 2003. I think it was another Chevy or GMC, and that's the one. It's the one with the Onan generator. The one that I put the new window in. If you caught that last video that I did on the ice cream trucks, and yes, the turquoise and white striped truck. Uh, I call it blue, but so that one, I'm gonna have a video come out either later tonight or first thing in the morning. I still have a lot of work on the old one to do, Lonnie, the Ford. I need to go through and change out, do all that work. Right now we're trying to get all the trucks that are close to getting on the road. So I still have one of our older ones that we've had. I still have to take back to the mechanic because it keeps dying after we've taken it to the mechanic already. The one where we just got back from the mechanic because it was leaking antifreeze, so they changed the water pump while it's leaking again. So we're about to get that one back in the shop. It's just been just one of those. Yes, the window video is the one that it made its maiden voyage tonight. It I got all the power run and the freezers put in. As far as I know, that everything worked fine tonight for him. So it was only 60 degrees, so it's still a little cool for ice cream, but it was a good trial run. And we also had a couple of folks, new drivers, so it was a good training experience for them. Okay, Night Owls, I can't keep up anymore. Thanks for the info. I learned again. Great show. See y'all later. Thanks, Sam Dallas, for dropping in. But yeah, it's ice cream weather. We're just waiting. We have today and probably tomorrow some rain, so it'll probably be no ice cream tomorrow. But yeah, we're pressing on with it, and I already got a note from one of my viewers that's in the area that they picked up some killer deals over the last weekend. I was just so jealous that I wasn't able to go out and hit all the garage sales myself, but I'm doing okay with, with what I'm doing. I'm not making $1 million. I'm not making enough to survive or make a living, but you get out of it what you put into it, and I'm pressing on. So that truck is cute. Cute is important for ice cream trucks. Cute, clean appearance, and good looking drivers, huh, Kat? I'm talking about my wife there because she's one of the primary drivers. I don't know. I don't look at the other ones. But anyway, it was a long show. Everybody that stuck it out, thanks for hanging out with me. One of these times I'm going to have to start a Google Hangouts and have a couple folks join in so that you're not just listening to me the entire time. But yeah, look forward to the video coming out. It'll be tonight or tomorrow. I've got it on my phone. I just have to put it together real quick, and it'll just it's just going to be a quick rundown of the truck, what it looks like on the inside now and the outside. But yes, drive slow. That is the key. The number one key I told the drivers the other day was don't run over any kids. That's just bad for business. And that's whether you're driving an ice cream truck or anything. Any type of delivery business, running over kids is a bad thing. So anyway, that is it for tonight. I am going to bow out. Again, thanks for joining. If you enjoyed the show and you never stuck it out before with me before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, thumbs down, and leave me constructive criticism down below on how I could make things better. Anyway, that is it for tonight. Catch y'all next time. Peace out.